fact, we extended the deadline to September 11th. That gives producers that are included in those newer commodities that were announced today, gives them four weeks to get in and get signed up. The announcements were really across the board: specialty crops, nursery crops, flowers, a number of aquaculture species, catfish, crawfish, and others. North Carolina Farm Bureau was very active in submitting a lot of information, a lot of data, and then the American Farm Bureau as well. We got a submission from them that compiled a lot of the state's information, and so very helpful. And I know our staff valued that information a lot and utilized a lot of it. So thank you for that.
The parameters have changed a little bit, like extending the deadline, including more commodities. Any other parameters that could be extended? I'm hearing some from maybe grain farmers extending the date of eligibility, that kind of thing. Do you foresee anything like that?
So at this point, I don't think so. We've heard from livestock producers, with concerns or want to make us aware that the dates that we selected, maybe don't accurately reflect when a big group of cattle were sold or something. Especially crop producers have said, boy, if you could extend that 15 days, that changes our scenario. And so, I think because we are so far down the road in this, this is one example. If we were to change the parameters of the program, we'd have to go back and analyze those over 500,000 applications that we already have and see if it affected them in any way. And so, the department, the president, the secretary, all are very cognizant that there is still impacts to producers because of COVID-19. And so I know conversations are happening around what would another kind of support program look like. Lots of conversations on the Hill around, what kind of support does Congress need to provide? So obviously separate conversations, but I think that the CFAP program that we're administering right now is probably, the parameters are probably going to stay pretty much the same as we have from the beginning. Likely not in CFAP. But who knows about the next program? Again, discussions are happening about what does another program look like if there's going to be another one. So the application is very simple. It's very straightforward. It does require the producer to do a little research on their own, right? So whether it's, and it depends on category. So for example, dairy, we're going to ask for first quarter production. Dairies ought to have that number. And really, that's all they really need. They need first quarter production, and then the calculations happen on their own. For livestock, it's livestock sold in that January 15th to April 15th time period. And so producers are going to have to, search their records and come up with the number of head that were sold in that period of time. Really, the research to come up with the right numbers, that onus is on the producer, but the application is pretty straightforward. I would also mention that, obviously, our staff in those local county farm service agency offices can help, and that's why they're there. They're there to help. They're there to answer questions. I mean, they'll help you fill out the application. As you mentioned, we do have options to do it online. We have a lot of options. You can download it, print it, fill it out, scan it, send it back. You can physically take it to the office. And that's another component. Our offices are all operating in kind of different statuses depending on what's going on in that specific county related to COVID-19. So, but our offices are there. We also have really good resources at farmers.gov/CFAP. And it's very easy to navigate. There's when it comes up, you can click on boxes that explain. For example, if you click on the non-specialty box, It will tell you what commodities are eligible in the non-specialty category and in the livestock category and in the specialty crop category. You know, it also talks about what you'll need, you know, from a customer standpoint to initiate the application. So really good resources there. And it answers, you know, there's a Q&A section in there, or an FAQ section. The CFAP portion on farmers.gov has changed since we started, based on questions that we've had. So it's a very good resource as well.